And how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest gaming news, rumors, and speculation. It seems like Starfield has the gaming community's attention for sure lately, as it's been trending numerous times each week over the last couple of months, all for various different reasons as well. And the latest situation to take the community by storm is apparently something Pete Hines said, because of course, anytime Pete Hines says basically anything at all, that ancient scribe that is a certain percentage of the community attempts to transcribe any potential hidden messages or clues that they believe Pete Hines is secretly trying to say during anything he ever says ever. Of course, this isn't actually what he does, but that doesn't stop that certain percentage of the community, those flat earners if you will, from thinking Pete Hines does indeed try to secretly hint towards things during his statements like this. But apparently, people even think that Pete Hines could have recently been suggesting that Starfield and potentially even the Elder Scrolls 6 could release on the PS5 at some point in the future. The faraway future when the Elder Scrolls 6 actually exists and we're all probably robots or 97,000 years old. And of course, the situation ended up trending so fast that even Xbox themselves had to issue an official statement to properly address and explain this entire situation. And at the same time, Pete Hines also said everyone was basically grasping at straws here, and in fact that's literally what he said in GIF form. But fear not, as there may be a super tiny chance, a 1 in a million kind of way, that Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6 could eventually find their ways onto a PlayStation console again. And let me be clear here, the chances of this happening are about to be as high as, say, Shea Gorath visiting you in real life, and I'm not sure whether or not that would be a good thing or not, but what I am sure about is I'll be breaking all this down with you in today's video. I'll explain the situation in quick and complete detail, as well as explaining the only real chance the PS5 and beyond ever has at having Starfield or the Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever else that people are complaining about these days. First off, the Pete Heinster Ultimate Edition was never actually saying that Starfield would be coming to the PS5, because of course he wasn't saying that. In fact, his exact words were basically that he doesn't want to answer that question, which why would he when it's already been addressed like 8,000 times? But during the Bethesda Gamescom livestream about a week ago, Pete got on a topic of whether or not every future Bethesda game would indeed be Microsoft exclusive, and he said specifically it's not a sorry, you're not going to be able to play anything on a PlayStation by Bethesda again kind of situation, but certainly there are going to be things that you're not going to be able to play on the PlayStation. Then he talked about Starfield on the PS5 and said it was announced as a thing that's an Xbox exclusive. I don't know if I would go as far as to say that you're never going to be able to play that stuff on PlayStation, but again, I don't know that answer right now, and I really don't want to answer the question. And with literally this single statement alone, the dragons from Akavir awoke again, speaking in the false, forgotten tongue of Starfield having a chance to be on the PS5. People somehow took this statement from Pete and, through some kind of ancient Daedric translation error or something, somehow believed he was saying there was indeed hope for Starfield on the PS5. But not only that, also he was somehow saying the Elder Scrolls 6 as well, because why not? This took the community by storm and quickly went viral so fast that it basically became the top trending gaming story over on Twitter for a short time, even reigniting ye old console wars as people tried to call Sony out for wanting this game so bad, which I mean is a dumb thing to try to call someone out for. Oh, you want to play a game that you can't play? You're stupid. What a dumb thing. The console wars are just so freaking stupid. Of course they want to play the Starfield on the PS5. I mean, why wouldn't they? If you had a PS5, you'd want the same thing too. But after this topic went viral for a short time, Xbox Aaron Greenberg, who is a GM over at Xbox, officially responded to this crazy skooma situation with the following statement. Starfield will be launching exclusively on Xbox Series X and S and PC on November 11th, 2022. Game Pass members can also play it day one as well on Xbox and PC. I know we have said this all before, and none of that has or will change basically ever. And with that, the whole drama basically ended except for the console war part, because of course war never changes. And to be honest, I do feel bad for Pete Hines, because it seems like anytime he says anything at all, this kind of thing happens. Now, I totally understand why he gets so frustrated with the miscommunication like this. Not that I didn't understand before, it's just that the specific situation makes it even more clear than any other prior situation. It becomes blatantly obvious just how people will try to manipulate something he says for clicks or for some sort of sad false hope situation. I'm not sure which is worse here, but all this aside, is there any actual hope, any hope at all, for games like Starfield or for the Elder Scrolls 6 to ever be on the PS5, the PS6, the PS7, the PS4 2069, and so on. Maybe. Not really. But maybe, and here is basically the only chance we have. It seems like Microsoft is all about Game Pass. It seems like it's actually paying off for them in huge ways. Game Pass is easily the most successful subscription pass service like this in gaming history so far. And the big reason for that is the massive value you get for subscribing to Game Pass, and one of the main reasons for that is Microsoft paid the price of a small country in order to acquire Bethesda, which no doubt was to add substantial value and volume to their already expansive Game Pass catalog, and they did that in a massive way in a single purchase by buying Bethesda. Along with this same purchase, they almost single-handedly solved their lack of first-party exclusives, as Bethesda Softworks has several amazing studios with some pretty amazing franchises. You have Doom, you got Dishonored, you got, of course, Fallout, the Elder Scrolls, now Starfield, and I could just keep naming all the different amazing games from all the different studios, and with all this in mind, that leaves basically two solid chances that Sony would have in order to get future Bethesda games on their platform. The first and most obvious and common one I see shared by the community, or at least brought up by the community, is Sony paying a ton of money in order to get the rights to Bethesda games on the PlayStation. Only, I don't see Sony doing that, nor do I see Microsoft necessarily accepting an offer like this. Microsoft clearly doesn't need the money like that. I mean, of course they want more money, they're a business obviously, but they just paid $7.6 billion for Bethesda exclusivity, so I mean, unless Sony's gonna pay over $1 billion, which they never would for this, that's not gonna happen, and I still don't think Microsoft would accept that either. And with that in mind, what would actually have more value to them than actual straight-up money right now? It would be expanding their already successful and growing Game Pass service to an entire new, large demographic of consumers, the PlayStation audience. If Sony allows Game Pass onto the PS5 and whatever comes next, then Microsoft would probably no doubt allow Bethesda games on Sony devices again, perhaps even at launch. In my opinion though, this is the only way that I actually see any of this happening. The only way I think Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6 and beyond could be on a PlayStation again, and it all revolves around Game Pass. If Microsoft could pull this off, then Game Pass would literally become the Netflix of gaming, as it will be almost on every single gaming device that matters, or at least the ones with the largest demographics for the games currently on Game Pass. But don't get too excited for any of this, because unfortunately I don't foresee Sony being down for any of this either. Sony has an ego for sure, and allowing a service named Xbox Game Pass onto the PS5 and any other PlayStation platform just kinda seems like a surrender move, a move that somebody would do if they were somewhat desperate, and whether or not such a business decision or deal would truly represent a desperate decision or action by Sony, I can almost guarantee that they would still feel that that would be the way they're perceived, and that reason alone is why I almost guarantee this would never happen, and why they would never allow Xbox Game Pass on a PlayStation device. And in turn also, for that very reason alone, Starfield, the Elder Scrolls 6, and so many future Bethesda games will likely remain Microsoft exclusive, meaning only on the Xbox and the PC. Only time will tell though, one way or another, as like any other thriving industry, the gaming industry often changes and evolves rather quickly. So we'll only really find out one way or another in the days to come, or the years to come. Maybe Talos will come by again and wave his hand, erasing all exclusivity in gaming history like he did all the jungles of Cyrodiil. Until then, just try to enjoy what we have, and if you don't have an Xbox or a PC, you probably should try to get one soon if you want to play Starfield. Either way, that's going to finish up everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. If you enjoy the content, be sure to give a video a thumbs up and subscribe so you can stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news. And if you're already subscribed, double check to make sure you still are, because YouTube does randomly unsubscribe people according to recent comments. And if you want to help grow the channel and the community, be sure to share the video, as sharing content is the best way to help grow a channel and the community. And if you want to go above and beyond to support the channel and the community itself, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member. Links for all this and more are down in the description below, and as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when I don't know. I really don't know. When I don't know, tune in next time. I don't know.
It just works.